Hello everyone, my name is Zehra Merchant and today I want to introduce you to my English club. Before I introduce you to English, let me share with you something about myself. I am a teacher and I am very passionate about teaching. My qualification is a master's degree in English literature and I completely enjoy the language. My English club is going to have a series of videos which I will share with you so that you may benefit at a basic level to learn more ambitious vocabulary, to rectify your mistakes in pronunciations, tenses, or any basic English genre. Before I go on, let me tell you English is a universal language and it is very important that we know English. It just gives you more opportunity. Even if you are not working, good English fluency can always let you help others around you. Maybe kids at home, friends, or anybody around. I think it is very useful to know more languages. The more languages you know, the more upper hand you have at getting more opportunities. My English videos will aim at helping you to improvise your skills or just to polish them. English has four main branches and they are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. To be a fluent speaker or fluent user of English, you must work on all four branches together so that you balance them. Reading and speaking, writing and listening. Working together on these four branches help you comprehend or understand and then respond correctly. Please do have a chance to look at my book, Pearls and Pebbles. I have written this book and it has been published worldwide by Amazon. It's also available on other websites. Please do buy it and have a read. It's beautiful poetry written by me. Some of the questions that we would answer in today's introduction lesson are: what are the four skills of English? How can the four skills be used together effectively? And what are some examples of activities that integrate the four skills? So, let's see the main branches of English language. The main branches of English language are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Types of language skills have been divided into two groups: the input and the output. Both of these groups have two skills each, depending on if the skill requires information from outside for you to understand, or if you need to give out information for another person to understand. So, reading and listening provide information to you for you to understand. That is why they are a part of the input group, which means information coming in. On the other hand, writing and speaking require you to give out information to another person for them to understand. That is why, since information goes out, these two skills are a part of the output group. So, when and what is it that we read? Any text, any information that is in the written format is read. Newspapers, presentations like you are reading the one that is on your screen right now, tutorials, again like what I'm presenting to you, coursework, research, internet. My God, there's so much on the internet for us to read. Messages from your best friend, from your family, course documents if you enrolled yourself into a course or if you are a student, Blackboard, that is, if you are a student, emails if you're working, or even if you have kids and they go to school and you receive so many emails, or even if you just need to have an email account and you get so many emails, advertisements, everything that you read. So, why do you think it is important to read? What is the importance of reading? It informs you about writing and writing styles, the various styles in which written work is presented, various genre of writing, develops knowledge. So if you are a student, you got course books. These course books are developing your knowledge, language structure. The more you read, the more you become friendly with using a language as you know how to build or structure the language. Develops vocabulary. The more you read, the more words you know. And the more you know, the more places you go. This is something I always keep telling my students that the more you read, the more words you will know, and the more you can explore these words in your own pieces of writing. Purpose. Purposeful reading would be for pleasure, for entertainment, for information, anything, any reason that you find to be reading. So, what are the main issues or main problems that people encounter while reading? Speed. They can't read very fast. Comprehension. They do not understand everything that they read. Decoding new words. Most words are understood based on the context they are used in within a sentence. Sometimes, if you cannot decode or understand a word, it may be an issue. Vocabulary. High leveled or up leveled vocabulary may also be an issue. Relevance could be a very big issue because if what you are reading is not relevant to you, if it's not for your age group, or if it's not the text that you're looking for, the content, it can be a very big issue. After having looked at the problems, it's time for us to look up some solutions. So, what are the solutions? Reading is an active skill. The more you read, the more you improve your skill, improve your speed. Try to read faster, read smart. Pick up the kind of books that you would like to read and you would enjoy. Read for gist or skim and read for specific information. I would like to say that I want to include both these together as comprehension skills. You skim when you need information. When you pick up the book with specific information, it's easy to skim through them. Do not stop to look up every word. Decode from the text. As I told you in my previous slide, you don't need to look up every word. You don't have to keep looking into the dictionary for the meaning. You can try and find the meanings of words with regards or with context to the given text. Use tools to help develop vocabulary. There are a lot of tools which can help you use better or more fine vocabulary and understand this ambitious vocabulary present in a piece of work. So let's come to the next branch, which is writing. When do we write? The most obvious answers that I would get from you is we write exams, we write messages, we write group work, we write tutorials, we write coursework. That is again text which is delivered in the class, lectures. So we try to make notes while the lectures are happening so that we can refer back to them later. As you may also be aware that it is very important to write. It is the main method of assessment. It is the main skill in terms of assessing because it is a skill wherein you are presenting what you have heard, what you have read, what how would you say something using punctuations. So it's very important in terms of assessing. Errors are more obvious, as I already said, spelling errors, punctuation errors. It's very easy to catch mistakes when it's put into a written work. Essential skill for exam, and that is why, because it is a skill which is going to give you a complete insight into how good you are at the language. It is very essential for exams. Strict methods, it follows a strict rule. Every genre or every style of writing has its own rules. Every punctuation is applicable to only a set of concepts and ideas. It cannot be mixed, and that is why it gives you a clear idea on how confident or how competent you are. Conventions in academic, as I said, it's very important academically because it has conventions and it is one of the most important skills that you need to master at an academic level. Various formats and styles. Writing is of various formats and styles. There is just to name a few. There's persuasive. There's descriptive. There's so many of various styles of writing and ways in which information is put. Every genre has its own skills which have to be mastered if you want to achieve 100% in that particular genre. As we have issues with reading, so are there issues with writing. Some of the issues with writing are paraphrasing, note taking, difference between styles, that is, various different styles of writing, and lack of knowledge of key language structures, words, sentences, text, and paragraphs. If you do not have the knowledge of how a paragraph should be structured, how text should be written, how you should be starting a paragraph, what kind of language or words you use in different styles of writing, it could definitely be an issue, and your writing work would definitely fall weak. So, is there a solution to this problem? Yes, most definitely. Use learning development group resources. So, use resources which will help you develop your vocabulary and it is going to give you information. Engage in process of writing for academic purpose. Try to write a piece of work which can be assessed by an expert so it helps you to grasp your mistakes. Disclose learning needs. If you need any kind of help with learning how to write, maybe you have an issue with spellings, or maybe you have an issue with using more ambitious vocabulary, or just basic issues like you do not know how to present your written work in the various genre. Ask for help because if you ask for help, you can definitely improve your writing skills. Here comes the next branch, which is listening. When do we listen? Every day, all the time. Right now, also. You are listening to me. So, every day in life, you are listening. Instructions, you get instructions when you call up a call center. They ask you press 1 if you want this, press 2 if you want this. Those are instructions. Lectures. You listen to the lecture that your teacher is delivering. You listen to the group discussion within your group. So it's not just the person who's delivering the lesson that you are listening to. You are also listening to those around you who are discussing. Questions and answers. You listen to the question asked by the person who's posing the question. Then you also listen to the answers, the relevant answers which others are discussing. Brainstorming. You go for sessions, they talk to you about a particular topic, they're brainstorming you. Presentations. You listen to presentations when they are explaining to you about the content. So, why is it important to listen? Listening is important because it develops interpersonal skills, which is very, very essential. It improves speaking and pronunciation. When you listen to people, you can learn their language, you can learn vocabulary from the people you listen to. You can learn pronunciations. You can learn how a word is pronounced just by listening to the speaker. Listening to has its own issues. They could be anything from the disturbance around you to hearing issues. To name a few, I have missing words or concepts or instructions. It's very difficult to correlate or decode an instruction if you miss a word. So that is a major issue. Lack of confidence to ask for repetition. If you are too scared to ask your speaker to repeat what he or she has been saying, it could be a listening issue as well. Uncertain comprehension. If you are not too sure of what you understand and what the intention of the speaker is. So that is uncertain comprehension, where the listener is not confident of understanding the speaker correctly. So, against the problems that I have mentioned to you in the previous slide, here are some solutions. Engage with sounds and words. Keep contact with sounds and words. Read, listen to them as much as you can. Mental repetition. When you repeat things to your own self, you are listening to your own self. Ask for clarification. If you are not clear, if you understand the speaker well, ask. Ask for clarification. Ask for an explanation. Listen to radio, TV, other media. That is, keep yourself in continuous practice of the listening skill. Read key vocabulary aloud. As I already said, when you read aloud to your own self, you keep listening to yourself. So you are basically reading and listening at the same time. So, when do we use our speaking skills? Every time we say something, we are speaking. Discussions, seminars when you're delivering them or when you're participating in them, group tasks when you're discussing in a group, one to one sessions when you're having a conversation with somebody, question and answers when you're answering a question posed at you. All these are examples of when we use our speaking skills. Why do you think it is important to speak? It is important to speak because speaking develops interpersonal skills. You develop your social skills when you can speak fluently and you can address people. It's the most obvious skill. I say this because speaking is a skill that you use most of the time. All the time that you're conversing with anybody, you are using your speaking skill. It's the most interactive skill. It is a skill which is used most frequently. Nowadays, even with the WhatsApp messages, people prefer to send voice notes instead of sending a text message. So that shows how important speaking can be. Develops understanding through communication. Speaking is a skill where you get the response immediately, because when you're talking to a person, you can get the answer or the understanding of a person immediately depending on what he or she is saying. So, do you think there could be issues in speaking? Yes, certainly. Most definitely, there are issues in speaking as well. To name a few, lack of confidence. If you are not confident enough to speak, it can be a big issue because although you know things, you can't say it. Decoding of non-verbal communication or non-verbal information. It could be a problem in understanding the other person if you cannot decode or if you cannot understand the non-verbal information which is put across by the person's body language or behavior. Lack of knowledge of presentation. If you lack the knowledge, if you don't have enough knowledge, sufficient knowledge of presenting your skills, then again it could be a big issue as your communication could be misunderstood. Uncertain about timing, vocabulary, interaction, if you're not sure, if you're not certain about the kind of vocabulary you need to use or the way you need to put across your information, the whole information could be misunderstood and it could be posing a big communication error. To name a few solutions, I could say ask for clarification. If you don't understand an instruction, please ask for a clarification. Ask questions. If you don't understand a conversation, maybe in a seminar you don't understand what the speaker is saying about, then you can ask questions. Asking is going to give you more information. Observe native speakers. When you come across native English speakers, look at them, understand the way they speak, how they pronounce words, how they use vocabulary, because they say it so easily. It sounds just perfect, and it's a good learning experience without having to do a course. Repeat. Keep saying things to yourself. Remind yourself all the time of all the mistakes that you make. Take every opportunity to speak. Every opportunity that you receive to speak is a golden opportunity. With every opportunity, you become more and more confident at speaking. So take every opportunity that you get to speak. So now let's see how we can integrate the four skills, how we can integrate the branches of English to make sure that we can use them together. The most important is practice regularly and practice all four branches regularly. Give enough importance and enough timing to each of the four branches because only then can you become competent. Write about what you read so you can integrate your reading and writing skills. Read aloud so you can integrate your reading and listening skills. Listen carefully. Only when you listen carefully, you can learn how it is said. Speak about what you heard. If you heard about something, a running topic, maybe something of your interest, a conversation with somebody, talk about it, discuss it. Use spoken language as frequently as possible. As we already discussed, it is the most used skill and it is very easy to use this skill to understand or get a better understanding of the language. Use all four skills together as much as possible. So, if you heard about some topic, talk about it, write about it, read about it, and that's how easily you can integrate all the four branches. Here is an example that I can give you on how you can integrate or work on all four skills with one topic. So I've taken the topic as TV or television shows. What I would want you to do is read about your favorite show. So you can gather information from the internet, newspaper, articles, any place where you can get information on the show. Write your opinion on the show and comment on what you read. So you've read others' opinion, you can comment on that, you can put your point of view on that, and of course you have your own opinion why you like the show. Mention that. Talk to your friends, family, and others about the show. Discuss about the show. Talk to them about it. Tell them what you feel about the show. And last but not the least, listen to their opinion on the show. Listen to what they have to say. So, you've read, you've written, you've spoken, and you've also listened. This is how you have integrated all the four branches into one topic.
Thank you for watching the video so patiently. I hope you learned something new today. My videos are going to be more and more about these diverse factors or these details of English. I will try to post as many videos during the vacations so that not just adults, even children can watch and benefit from them. I will post my next video very shortly about the role play of parts of speech in a sentence. It will help you use more diverse or more ambitious vocabulary in creating sentences. Please do watch. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And leave your comments in the comment section so that I can make more videos as per what you would want to learn. Thank you.